hose. You need a hose with a Schrader valve connector on it. So I've got this random few hoses that have got those on. I've got my jar to catch the fuel. Here I've got my multimeter, which I'm going to turn on, set to amps, and I'm just going to see what the amps coming through are, and then I'm going to pop my probe into the other pin, and I've got my amps reading out, and as you can see, it's looking pretty rubbish. Nothing is coming out. That should be flowing nicely with fuel. So that is actually really bad, because that means that the low pressure fuel pump isn't actually doing anything, which is very frustrating because I only replaced it about a year ago. So I'm just going to do double check on everything and make sure it is that is the problem. But so I'm get 5 amps, which is reasonable enough, 5 amps from motor to pump. But the other thing I can say is that last time when I tested it like this, you can hear the pump running, and I cannot hear the pump running. You should get like a low hum. So I'm very suspicious now that the low pressure pump has stopped working, and that is really frustrating, because it is a real pig to take out the fuel tank, to drop it out, and you know, replace the pump in it. It's not like the most technical thing in the world to do, but it is just a long-winded and a pain. So there you go. I'm going to do one last check. I've got the jar out there, which is sitting there, and I've got my key in the ignition, and I'll turn the ignition on. And I can't hear the low pressure fuel pump humming. So, and that should be spurting out fuel now, which nothing's coming out. So that means I've got to do drop the tank, I reckon, at some point, have an investigation of what's going on. So very interesting that that's happened again. Not necessarily positive reflection on my repair skills, but it could be when I soldered it I did it wrong, or loose wire, or the pumps failed. So the only way you can really test it is to get the whole thing out, the fuel pump module, and explore. So there you go, Land Rover with fuel problems yet again. I've come across my existing old fuel pump that I took out here. I'm just going to do a bit of googling on it, because I can take the name and the number off of it. So I wonder whether I'd be able to find a more genuine replacement. The one that I got was not this this brand. So I'm going to have a go and see what I can find. So it seems to say it's got Walbro run on it, and this is the original pump that I took out last year. So it's slightly annoying that the other one's failed, or there's something wrong with it, but it could be the connections, it could be where I soldered it. But there you go. I'm just going to do a bit of research on that now.